Hello, spiritual beings. I wasn't going to make a video today, but of course, there's always something. I put my glasses on because my eyes are like really disgusting looking. So, I feel like the house is making me sick in that way. If that makes sense. I remember making a video saying that sometimes it's best to. Y'all always know. Well, I don't know if y'all know or know this, but when I'm serious, I don't have time to put on eyebrows. So I do have like scarring and things on my face or what have you. One scar, a long situation. Anyway, I'll tell that story another day. Anyway, so I know I've been talking about the house and my personal situations. That's the only thing I know to talk about because there's nothing else I can talk about besides God and my experiences and my testimony sharing with you guys. Because I really was supposed to be laying down and trying to quarantine to get well, but my voice is coming back, so that's a good sign. But when I was explaining, talking about the fecal matter situation in the house and that the tenants in the pool house, when we had the first situation when they backed up, and when they moved in, that was like about the 8th plumber company that came to this house since I moved here July of 2024. When I first initially came, the guy, he was saying he took a chance on me, but he was negotiating with people to get more rent. At the time, we were coming out of a house that we fell through the staircase. That landlord, it was a black woman that really didn't care. Basically, I guess, these landlords, once they start earning profit, say hi and bye, Sage.
Hi.
Bye. She didn't care neither. She just wanted to rent. And then when we moved out, God, I hope those people are okay that moved into the home, because she was like, oh, I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to put carpet on the staircase. And she was telling us to climb on the side of the staircase. And we was going up the stairs. That was the disrespect. Okay? Excuse me, my grandson. So this is definitely story time. This is definitely testimony of how I say I give praise to the Most High, because a lot of the times I feel like that's how situations happen. I don't have funds. I don't have illegal support. I've went to legal aid a couple times, but that's neither here or there. Let me get to the point because it's not going to be too long. But I just want to say that when you don't nip it in the bud and when you don't be vocal, because I even asked the gentleman, I said, please, sir, if it's all about you collecting the rent and you're not going to care, because we're coming from a lot of messed up situations, unfortunate events, where I had to deal with a lot of nasty people, and we were staying at the Seagull Suites. I was doing good until I started talking. We was doing we had to ask a organization that I was a part of when I was saying that I was part of a storybook with the 30, it was like 30 stories of hope. And I was like on page 3 with this organization called Hope Link, and I was saying that I didn't even know I was a poster child for a short time period of time on the company. But that's okay, because I did sign stuff. I did get permission for videos and probably pictures and things like that. So, I was just like, get a letter, sister, no. But somebody saw the photo and they let me know, and they were asking if I had any connections to the organization because she was going through transition and housing, and she needed help because she was about to face homelessness. And so the gentleman was like, "Oh, you're lucky we took a chance on you," and all this kind of stuff. Now, at the time, I was desperate because I said I was in a suite, which is like a hotel room, a 1 bedroom like kitchenette thing, and it was like cat pee and dog poo. You could tell because it had a scent, and I know when I went to work at that shoe store, I know I had a smelling because the manager would always ask me if I needed a new shirt. But you know, sometimes you get immune to smells, and I thought I was Febrezing and using fabric refreshener to get rid of the smell, and it didn't help. So I was sleeping on the floor, and I let the baby sleep on the bed. You know, because no baby should be able to go through that. So they're sleeping, and then my oldest is, like I said, she just found out now she has scleroderma, and which was at the time we were told she had lupus. And we was so desperate to get out of there. But this was a side note because I remember my we didn't have a lot of funds, and I was just now working at this place. You know how it goes when you gotta wait for your first check or whatever. But I was able to get a bus pass to get to and from, so that saved me, and I was able to make my own lunch and things like that. Anyhow, I remember one of the caseworkers. She gave me used toilet paper. They gave me used toilet paper. So I guess they went into their stalls and she gathered toilet tissue and gave it to me, and her face was stink. And it was like, "Here, just take that because you're always begging or what have you." And I remember even another woman that I was in passing, she almost knocked me out the door with an attitude. I was treated very stinkly, very poorly, if that's the correct word to use, because right now I really don't care how I sound. I'm just tired of the disrespect when you need assistance. I have a lot of stories that I was not going to say, but I'm going to say it. So anyway, the guy says, "Oh, we took a chance on you, and this is what you do." So I guess I was supposed to shut up and bear it and just live filthy. So I have pictures of the floor before they did the new floor. So it took them almost 2 years to fix the floor. I had to deal with a cement floor, and when I sat on the stall, it would rock, and there were all kind of insects and mites and all kinds of stuff. I've been bitten. And I have it's a lot of terrible things that I don't say nothing about. I'm not coming on here because I hate to cry. And I feel like sometimes when you're a single woman and you don't have a man, it's like a strike against you because other men look like, "Oh, she's single, she probably is a problem," or whatever, and they feel like if you're not married, you're not a honest woman, or you're not honorable. So being strong is the only thing I have besides, like, I don't want to, but I have to. This is a fight for all my life. And I came to share my story really because I know it would encourage somebody. It's inspiration and motivation, and it also helps me as well. So it's like I practice what I preach as well. And I'm just tired of being silent. I'm tired of being quiet oh, silence is power and all this kind of stuff. So if I stay silent, that means I'm supposed to stay in fecal matter and hear people in the pool house use the toilet. And every time I know it's gonna back up, because I know once it gets hot, that's when I feel like the pipes start to get more corroded, because it's cooking, it's boiling, it's hot under in the ground, and it's extremely hot because of where I live as well. And no, I don't care who knows. I don't care if you're comparing. I don't care if you're studying me. I don't care if you making fun of me. I don't care if it's a laugh session. I really don't care. I'm not doing this for attention. I'm doing this because it makes sense to speak about things that is wrong to human beings when they are in need of assistance. And I guess it's like, shut up. Don't say anything. You're lucky that we even fixed your bathroom. But they never really did the inside job. So what he did was plug up the shower with a whole bunch of silicone. And it's so you could tell the floorboards was lifted, and the guy said, if it's not a tripping thing, and my grand says trip on it every time. So I was happy they cleared it, so he's able to get his rent or whatever once he did the repairs. But it was more like a pacifier for me, because I don't want them in my house. I don't like their spirit, and they're very disrespectful men. They don't have no respect, and they want me to kiss their ass because I must be happy that Massa is giving me a place to stay. And I remember the director of the program, she said, Diane, are you sure you want to move there? But I don't want to be sleeping on no freaking cat piss or no dog doo-doo debris that was in the carpet, because we asked the management office if they could clean it and they did nothing. So we had to keep buying carpet freshener, the powder, to keep putting it on the carpet so it can give. So it will only last for like 24 hours. So we had to keep spending money buying fabric freshener. And then we was living out of our storage, and then sometimes the truck would get stuck, and then we had to like keep on asking people. And I remember a nice man, God bless him, because he had, actually this man didn't even have to help us. And the man was so nice to us. And so he helped us get back to the Sequel Suite, because we had just got the key to move from here. But that company had helped us a lot. So I was so thankful for the director, because she knew me before I got into that house, and she was able to house us until we was able to find another house, because then we would have been in the streets living in my truck, my daughter's truck. I'm sorry. And I've been telling the gentleman, that's why I asked the people to come and check it out, because I know that the plumbing is an issue. So now both of my toilets are backed up, and so we have the baby using a bucket. And a lot of times I have to buy Drano. So people will be like, why you keep telling your personal business? This is the only way. That's my weapon. Because when I'm vocal about it, I start seeing action. That's the only way. I have to fight through power and prayer and to the Most High. So I be in here praying, burning sage, burning candles, praying and asking my spirit guides and my ancestors, or anybody to help me, because This has been going on since I moved in this house. And when they were here, I didn't want to cry, but I was crying because I said, wow, if I didn't fight, I would never have a bathroom floor. And it just seems like I always gotta fight. I gotta fight fake ass blood relatives. I moved away. I came on my own. Got robbed. Had to show of fake friends. Ignore fake friends. Walk off. They be fake nice, and then afterwards when they see that, oh wow, she's strong and she mean business, then they want to be my friend after because they feel bad for the way they treated me, and I was the nice person. I only became more powerful in my way of speech and how I think and speaking up for myself and standing up for myself. Because if I don't, it's gonna be just blatantly disrespect. Disrespect. I emailed this caseworker 4 days ago. A matter of fact, it's a week now. And it's like, when your email tell you follow up on your email. But I knew she wasn't gonna text me because she's like, I already took care of what I had to take care of with her, so I don't even know why she calling me or asking me no questions. But I say God bless them because they don't know how their situation is gonna be. Excuse me, Sage. Is that all what you see, Grandma? I'm so upset. But I make these videos and I make this channel.
It's okay.
Okay, babe. Alright, thank you, sweetheart. But I wasn't gonna come because you hear how I sound and I need to be rested and I shouldn't even have to come. But I figured let me make a video. And I try to be, I say, be thankful because you could be in the street in the hot desert. So don't say nothing. Be thankful. But how? When this keep on happening. And now I have to wait from the time I call him 5 hours for somebody to come and fix this backed up thing, which I know is going to continue, but I'm hoping that everything goes well with the other place that I found. And I hope that that gentleman is genuine, that he sounds genuine. And I just want to be in a place that's functional. Who will? I don't have a shovel because at this point I will go and dig 10 feet in the land and make an outhouse compost. Now I gotta find money I don't have to get Drano. And then when you talk to him, you wanna say, "Can you send me a video?" Like if I'm a town crier, the boy that cried wolf. Every time I call this man, he treated me like a toddler. Excuse me. Because he's talking while I'm talking, and he's 4 years old. He does nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So anyway, I make these videos because I know damn well they watching. I know damn well they either send somebody to watch. I'm not stupid. And it's like insulting my intelligence. And I don't care if you're drawing up a case because I never use your name. I only say lamb person. I would never say nothing with the Lord in it because you're not above anything. Then when he came in the house He put some solution in the toilet to get rid of the rust. Now, mind you, he didn't want to deal with me, so he snuck in. I just saw him by my peripheral while he was sneaking back in out the house. So he doesn't even have respect to watch me face to face. So the other time he sent his dad and his little minion that had the DIY YouTube video maintenance guy that has to ask Siri how long silicone dries. He watches YouTube videos while he's repairing shower heads. This is no joke. This is what I'm dealing with. He won't send. Excuse me. He won't send a real professional to do the job. I've had gentlemen that came here from different plumbing companies. Excuse me. I had to get my grandson together because it's not a good thing, and him back and forth in the video and stuff like that. Children shouldn't be involved. Anyhow, my God. So I'm just gonna continue to speak against injustices. I'm tired. Like, it's like, I don't know, you know, they want you to just not say nothing. How can you not say nothing? I don't know how people live their life without saying nothing. I wish I was able to do that. Just sit down and just be stupid. Because that's what I feel. Sit down and be stupid and don't say nothing. And let people do what they want to do. Because right now, excuse me, my nail fall off. I didn't even know it was better glue. Anyway, this. But this is unfair, and I have went to places. So before, even though nobody really interacts, I know people are gonna be like, "Well, why don't you go somewhere else and talk about it?" I have. They said nothing. They did nothing. Um, um, they don't care, basically. And then also too, like, when you got money and I guess you have multiple properties or whatever, and they feel like you're beneficial to their organization or what have you. So it's like, shut up, you stupid nigger bitch. Why are you talking? Be happy. Be happy. Take what I give you. Don't ask for nothing else. Don't be proudful. Stay in the fecal matter. So he asked for a video, and I said, "Do you want a video of fecal matter?" He said no. So why the fuck would you ask for a video if you don't want to see fecal matter? Because that's what the fuck is going on. So you need a video because I'm a toddler and I just want to aggravate your life because I have nothing else to do to mess with the white man because I'm on acid, I'm schizophrenic, and you're going to put me in a hospital. Because I know at this point, it's either people that's affiliated with you or something. And I don't know if you could tell me, what does it mean when somebody paints their door red? I want to know what that means. Because I'm not saying that anybody is wicked or anything, but I don't understand why you would paint your door red. I don't know what that means, so this is what I'm living next to. Somebody got their door painted red, and out the frame is black. So I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not judging people, and I don't really care to have friends or whatever. I be nice when people are nice to me, but I just want to know if somebody could tell me when somebody paint their door red, because I've been googling it, and I haven't had a chance to go to the library to really find out what the meaning of this is, if it's something sacred or if it has something to do with the Lord, or it's something else. Because it's like I don't understand why one part of the house has a red door and my house. And then you could see the painting job. I guess they spray paint now, but he spray painted on the grass, He spray painted on the ground. He spray painted my water hose. He spray painted. He even spray painted the truck. And my daughter said, "Yo, you better," and he wiped it off. So that's the disrespect. They don't even ask you to back up your vehicle. And then he, like I said, he used my broom to clean up the silicone and the caulking gun. If you see the job that was done. And yeah, people would say, well, if you're moving, why you care? I still have to stay in here until I move. And don't think I see somebody, subscribing or subscribing. Like I said, it's not an entertainment series. This is not an app. Well, my channel is not like, if it's entertaining to you, then that's great for you. But at the same token, don't come here looking for foolishness, because getting more. Every day I'm changing. Every day I elevate. Every day I notice I get more stronger in my conviction. I get more um, powerful in my thoughts and the intentions that I have when I come here on this camera. This is not a performative thing. And then I'm gonna just end up taking off the donation thing, because like it's I already know what God is telling me. It's like, you're just gonna have to work from the grain. You'll start from the bottom, so you're not gonna be likable because you're not saying things people want to hear all the time. So I'm just gonna take it down and just get ahead. Like I don't, the vibrations. I don't, everybody money ain't the right money anyway, so that's fine. As I just said, let me try something, because my hand was itching and I was like, oh wow, that must be from the universe. Maybe I'm manifesting correctly or what have you. But whatever it is, at this point, it'll come from somewhere, or I'll get another idea or what have you, or I'll shut this page down and try again. I'll try something else. I would never give up, because I know that I'm not doing anything wrong. I come on here and I tell my truth. I'm going to continue to stay in my power, and I'm going to continue to tell my testimonies, and I'm going to continue to use myself as the blueprint so it can help others. I'm not coming to shame no organizations, companies, or shame anybody for their beliefs, but I'm going to talk about things that happen. I'm going to talk about how when I was trying to be a faithful Christian and going to people's church and finding out things that I did not know that was actually happening in a place that's supposed to help people or uplift your spirit. Um, I've been baptized twice. I have my baptismal certificate. Um, I used to sit in council with Reverend and Pastor, Deacon, Bishop, people that were going to, what's it called, Ministry College. I had people's husbands. Yo, let me tell you something. Oh my God. Anyway, that's another story time. I'm gonna just have to start writing it down. But if you go on my Facebook have a lot of stuff that I did talk about that has been going on since last year. I think I started last year around July, August, September, I think. I really was more like just writing. I didn't do videos like I'm doing now, but I would just write about my story and stuff, and I started seeing them lurking. The first time I seen was one of my cousins. She was lurking, and then I have family that's in Jamaica. I think they, if I'm not mistaken, St. Catherine or Clarendon, one of them. And this is from my father's side. And so my mom's side, because they don't know my business, she makes a fake account and go say how she live in Jamaica and she from Jamaica, like a sarcastic, oh, you word, we from Guyana, all of a sudden are we Jamaican? Like, girl, do you know my father's side? Because you're on my mother's side. So I got the information from my father's side. And I spoke to the lady. Her name is Debbie Parkinson. I have family in Jamaica. I have family in South Africa. that I don't know on my father's side. Like, listen, I don't have to say nothing for no clout. Like, this is not no clout. I ain't looking for no clout. I'm not looking for no exception in your club. Because I got my own circle. It's me, God, my 3 daughters, and my 2 grandsons. Alright? Ain't no clout. Ain't no looking for no attention. My intentions is high vibrational. So I probably gonna finish last. Because they don't like when you try to talk about waking up the masses or talking about things like, for instance, knowing when the phone is studying you, knowing when you say something and you go back on the phone, all of a sudden that same product pop up for you to buy. They like mind control. They want to study us. Then we have people that want to study you and then steal your identity. Like when I hear some of the ladies talking about, when they have fake pages or somebody impersonating them. So because they don't got enough personality in themselves, which is sad. They probably do, but they don't put enough effort. So they jump on other people and piggyback off with somebody else hard work and effort. That's what they do. So when I hear the ladies say, "Oh, this is don't I would never DM you," that's not my nature. When you see people DM them, direct messaging people and stuff like that, and these are the people that would still dance and say they praising God and they stealing from other people that work hard, scammers, thieves, like a parasite lurking on the block, watching you go to work and then trying to set up a schedule in time to go into your home and steal from you because they know you at work. Them kind of slithering parasite people. So at first I was like, I'm going to go ahead and starve this parasite, in silence. But I had to come and talk about this story because every time this man disrespecting the program. So I'm like, yo, you can't do temporary fixes and then expect a permanent outcome. It's foolishness. So you reap what you sow. I'm not here to make your life difficult, but you sure make it mine. And if you get in your rent, and then the fact that we still sharing a meter, because after the gentleman was like, just hurry up and get out. You know what I'm saying? I hope you find a place. He was like, I hope you find a good landlord. I'm going to say land person because ain't nobody know Lord for me besides the Most High. And I was like, forget about it. I'm going to just go ahead and, take it with a grain of salt because I know I'm getting out of here. And you got to believe it, But as time go along, the disrespect came from when I used to tell my daughter, clean up the bathroom. So when his minion would come and do like temporary fixes, to instead of repairing it permanently, without him having to come back and forth, the man started to gain hate for me. So it was more of a disrespect, like, oh, because the landman gonna say, oh, you need to. One time the man was coming, he said, you need to clean up. Like he talking to his child or something. This mofo has been so disrespectful and then expect me now to be in turn respectful to him like he's my father. I don't really respect the sperm donor. So, matter of fact, I don't got respect for nobody that's going to disrespect me and treat me like a piece of turd on a rainy day. And then like you mash it and you say, oh my God, and you get disgusted. I'm not to be discarded. I'm not a turd. I'm a human being. And it's inhumane what's been happening to me. Almost 2 years having to deal with the first tenant and her 6 children. She was up out and about. I'm not judging the woman, but she was never really home. And when she would come home, she would yell. I had to deal with somebody shooting. I heard bullets ricocheting. This man did nothing. And then that's where most of the disrespect comes because some of the neighbors thought it was me, but it was the person in the pool house in the back that was extolling their ignorance and acting low vibrational. So they thought it was me. But then also, when my daughter and the probation officer and her knocking on the door like she paying rent, all the disrespect came from my child and the situation she was going through, and then also with the white man's minion that comes to do YouTube videos to repair excuse me, to repair projects. So, excuse me. So what I'm going through is I came with my own analysis. She's a ghetto black bitch that didn't have nothing, come from nothing, so she better accept what she need, what she has, because I don't know what the fuck this nigger wants. This nigger is asking me to do too much. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You're single. You have no man, probably because of your mouth, because you're too strong. You think you're too fucking powerful. So shut the fuck up and send me a video, bitch, because here you go again complaining. I'm so tired of this nigga bitch. So if I'm too raw, I'm too bold, and because I keep seeing people, no, there's somebody hip hopping, I guess they're looking for entertainment. So when I come with positivity, and then I was saying that health is wealth, so I wasn't going to make a video. I wasn't going to come here because I was supposed to be laying down. But then just knowing that I have toilets backed up with fecal matter, and I know over time it's going to start to smell, and it also is hot here. So it's like 105 degrees today. And it's always happening in the summer. But when the plumber, the 8th plumber that came, he said, ma'am, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but what I would do is complain. That's a professional plumbing guy that says over time it's just going to fucking happen over again and again and again. And this is why I want to get out of this house, because this is about the second house that I had to deal with complaining on the land person for them to just do their due diligence and take care of when they have tenants that's living as they want to live. I might not live to be in luxury like how some of them, because I know he's having a good time. When he came here, he had a tan and he's looking orange. So I know he's living and having good times in a resort somewhere getting tan because he looked like a Muppet. Okay? And we already know when some of them tan how their skin looks. So I know he stays in the sun. He's having a good old time. And while he's stepping on other people's back, man, I'm in sufferation. So if I didn't complain, I would have never got a paint job on the house. The windows are hideous. So that was scratched off the list because I guess, bitch, who cares if you need fresh air in your home. Then I have ACs that have ill smells from the prior tenants. And then mind you, he told me before I moved here that nobody was staying here. And he had to rent out the house. But mind you see how God, that's why I always say, whatever's in the dark comes to light. Because I met the people that lived here because they came to get their mail. And they said they had just moved out of the house because they had the same problems. You liar. The man said he was going to fix this. Do you know what he did to me recently? He negotiated that if I signed the lease, because the lease would be over in November. He said if I signed the lease, he would give me a new stove so he could get an extra month of rent for December to make it a full complete year. Isn't that grand? This is what I gotta deal with, and I'm supposed to sit here and be quiet. You let me know if you would be quiet. Would you be quiet if every other 3 or every 90 days or every 120 days or every 60 days or every 30 days that you have to deal with a toilet backing up and you have to constantly buy snakes or you tools to, get in the toilet. Because I bet you when somebody comes with the proper tools, that will happen. But let me tell you something. The toilet is already corroded with algae, mildew, and mold that's coming up from the toilet. So I'm, God forbid, if I wasn't somebody that drank herbs and try to keep my holistic ways of life to live through, I don't know what will be crawling up my cooter. Because it's not like a where you flush away and you see nothing. When I flush, there's still brown debris from mold that's probably coming from the pool because the pool does not work. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I got the best, worst, bad story ever, and my story is worse than bad than anybody else. But it's disrespect. And I could just imagine that where some people don't say nothing because I know there's some elders. I've read stories on certain sites where people dealing with land people that have properties and the atrocities and things like that happen to people. So, um, you know, that's why I'm always thankful for the little things. I'm happy. Excuse me. I'm happy that people are giving me a chance to subscribe to the channel so I can gain, follow the rules. If you don't want to donate, you can put me on mute. You don't have to listen to what I gotta say. I don't usually beg for any help, but I just want to at least get enough subscribers so I can get a little bit better at this thing, because I'm going to continue. If I'm not going to continue here and if it fails, I will go elsewhere and I will try something else. I will always keep trying because I have to get out of this situation and I have to get out of this place where I always have to end up begging people. I really want to get out of here. And I pray when I, get in contact with this gentleman that, I get good news, but I still have to go through the filtration of my credit and stuff like that. So that is another situation, because I've had children fighting to the point where I've had those damages on my credit from, so who knows what other properties or, property management office or whatever is on my record, being here in Nevada, so I really don't know what would be the outcome. Oh my God. Almost 9 years, and I came here to follow my dreams. Because people will always be like, Diane, you're so funny, you should try stand up. I came here. And people would have been like, well, you in New York. Why you left New York? Why didn't you try there? But I was like, nah, I want to just go closer, because I was like, maybe I could go to Burbank. And that's at the time when I was like fanning out for Ellen. I really liked her. And then one of my I look up to Whoopi Goldberg, and I used to love Miss Maisel. I watched that series. And Cheryl Underwood and some more people like that, So I was like seeing dark skinned women, and I was like, I'm gonna be the next one. And I had a lot of dreams. So I know people gonna be like and you gotta laugh from crying, yo. I'm telling you. Cause you will go crazy in this fucked up world. Anyway, it's null and void now. I don't know. Maybe in the future, if somebody want to see Grandma on stage, so I don't know if it will ever happen because I didn't have the support. I can't leave my babies and talking about I'm going to audition. Yo, I set myself back, and I'm not gonna say it's self sabotage because sometimes you just don't have you just don't have the opportunities to go and have the time to do that. I used to want to be a singer. That's why sometimes I rest. Probably sing. I mean, you won't see the real because a lot of times I'm joking, but I used to do that too. I was in a choir. I sang in front of people. I always get compliments. So I have a lot of talents. I have a lot of gifts. Thank you to the Most High that I can utilize. So this is not the only thing that I could utilize. I have other things, but money take money. It takes money to make money, right? You gotta invest in yourself. You gotta do something for somebody to for you to market and advertise, right? So I wouldn't say give up on your dreams. Keep going. That's the main thing why I came. When I first started, I still have those old videos. If you want to see them, if anybody want to see the old videos when I started my mental health podcast, I would drop them. But if I'm not gonna drop it if it's just gonna nobody really cares or whatever. But who cares what anybody cares? Because that's not what it is. That's not what I'm here for. So let me go ahead and rephrase that. I'm not here to always, be a people pleaser. But anyway, I had to make this video because this is what's happening. This is very, very, very disrespectful, man. I remember working at this like elbows all over the place. But I just want to say like the disrespect. I remember working at the supermarket and when I started like losing my hair and stuff, and I would try different products, and it would like make me itchy. And I know when I sweat, I was getting hot flashes. Then it started early, and I would itch my hair. And I remember this girl was telling people I had lice, and she would watch me itch. And I had hand sanitizer at the register, so I would always make sure I wash my hands before I handled money and other times they had the dial pads if you was gonna swipe. And I remember the swipe thing. What's it called? The card terminal to do credit card transactions. And I remember this guy blocking it. I can't see. I cannot see the audacity of some people. Then I remember going through something with my daughter and I wanted to leave work and I was crying and the manager, he just was like, whatever. He laughed in my face and he was talking about me. And I remember the manager having a black older woman watch me on my register while I was working as if I was stealing money at the till. So she would always tell the older woman to watch over me, and that older woman ended up talking shit. Yo, I'm telling you, the amount of people that I met, especially here in Nevada, even back at home in Brooklyn, it's always some disrespect to the point where I've been nice to these people. And I remember cooking for this girl, and I remember doing a lot of stuff, and people just take my time and waste it and then laugh in my face and then criticize me after. Go ahead, Ron. And that to me was sad. Like, like you find in life that you meet people but you always have life lessons, and it's you just find that people just try to break you down, break you down, break you down, and I'm like, I guess my ex, what like when I'm if I really like you, I'm your friend. Like I always like to give gifts or cards, and I remember this lady telling me, "What you gonna give me a card for? And that's not gonna do nothing." How she need money, and then she started yelling and screaming at me. Mind you, I was paying her to watch my child, and we was really cool. And then I found out that she's blind now, and I said, I wonder if that's her deeds. Not making fun of it, but I'm just saying some people are so wicked that you know sometimes God would avenge you in different ways, you know. And I was saying to myself, I think the wickedness of money and gluttony and greed, mind you, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the PayPal thing off my account while I'm recording the video, so I don't forget. For somebody say that how I knew it. That's what she's making these videos for because she want to get paid, and it's not playing small. It's just being that I feel God will bless me in other ways because the euphoria I feel when I follow the Most High and I say my prayers and I see it through the works of when they say you manifest and things like that. Things happen miraculously for me when I'm scratching two pennies, and things happen, and God works through the heart of man, and I get blessings. And I'm never ashamed of being homeless. I'm not ashamed of living in the rescue mission. I'm not ashamed of living at the shade tree. I'm not ashamed of standing on the line at Catholic charities. I'm not ashamed of um, eating with people that didn't shower. They had some of them had the best conversations and were kind people that were in unfortunate situations. Um, so I don't regret none of that. But I remember a woman that I met there. She ended up hating me with her daughter, and she was talking stuff about me. And then I sat down. She was like, "Why is she sitting here?" And I was nice to her. And this woman used to come knock on my door, and she needed certain things. And I would be nice to her. And she turned around and she turned to be my enemy. And she ended up playing herself and getting kicked out of the place because she was making herself a spectacle or whatever. It's a spectacle, yeah. But from all the mistreatment and all the stories that I'm gonna share with you guys as my memory come back and forth, because once I get out of this place, because this was a lesson for me. This place was supposed to keep me stagnant and to feed a greedy pig, so he can live lavishly. That's exactly what was happening here. And then the simple fact that the people in the pool house sharing the meter, um, and him trying to say that he would pay for the utilities if that would be a good deal. Like this man always got a deal. This man always coming with some scammerish deal. And I'm supposed to sit here and be like, yeah, sure. Okay, whatever you say, massa. Whatever you say. And then today I said, I know you don't like me, and I know you wish that I was not here, and I wish you wish that you didn't take a chance on me. But I know that you don't care. You don't care nothing about anybody's livelihood. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video because I'm starting to feel. Excuse me, sorry. I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded because I feel like the stress is getting to me, and I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to pray. I'm trying to listen to good music and things like that. Has anybody, like being a content creator, have you found that people just want to make money off of you and they keep talking about how you can make this amount of money and then they want you to pay money to start to get, or I guess they're going to help to boost your posts and things like that? Listen, I don't have no money to give you. Okay? Excuse me. I'm not going to sit here and want it to go viral because I'm barely keeping up. When I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, guys, and you're probably gonna be like, "Oh wow, why you so?" Because you know people are like, "Oh, you don't never say nothing like that, whatever." Yes, I'm gonna do it because I didn't expect to get 200 subscribers right now, and it's not that I'm thinking negative. I guess I just always have the inevitable that sometimes things might not go your way and I not be okay with it. So when I do, I get shocked because I'm like, wow, you know, that's great. And I'm thankful for everything. So that's why I always say thank you. But people say you're supposed to receive. I'm not cocky. I'm not built like that. So anything that's given to me, and I think that's probably why that organization and this land person thought that I was a for sure idiot that signed her detriment because I feel like I'm in hell. I feel like I'm in hell. And I feel like that with lots of my relationships because I would get kicked in the back and be like, oh, wow, what size shoe you wear? It's okay. I'm all right. I'm not that bruised. You know? I'm tired of this stupid phone. Because right now it's this man asking me if I want to partake in a Zoom. And I already know I don't have the money to be doing that. So just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Let me turn it down. Sorry, I gave you guys an hour, so I don't even know if you're gonna watch the video, or whatever. And I don't mean to sound like that, guys. And I know people are like, why are you sounding like that? But I don't know what else to believe in besides God. That's all I have is God. That's my best friend. I talk to. I talk with my outside voice. I talk with my inside voice. I don't care where I'm at. So, whatever people want to call me, I'm at the point where I don't really care anymore. I just show up. I don't even do descriptions anymore. I used to do titles and go all in and being so thoughtful. And nobody would. So I write a lot on my Facebook, and then on Nakiban, on Nakbalan, I do a lot of AI visuals and stuff like that. And with the video I made yesterday, it was so sad. It was this girl um, asked Jenny Poppins unfiltered or something like that, or something, but she said I hate AI, but on her channel she has an AI video. So whoever sent her, she must know whoever the person wants to hurt my feelings so bad, or want to discourage me, or just whatever they want to do. Like, I'm so tired of your energy. I'm so tired of you doing stuff to me. I'm never, listen, whatever you're trying to do, kill me or love spell, whatever it is, I'm not easily persuaded. And I might feel your attacks or whatever, and then it subsides, like it's going away. It's not even powerful. So I'm just like, you wasting time, and then it's gonna come back to you. What you thought? What you think people doing, man? Don't you see wickedness? Like when I was talking in my video about Nature Boy, look what happened to him. He gone under the jail. Because you can't think you're going to do wickedness to people and think you're going to prevail. You cannot think you keep being evil, slapping up your wife and think she's going to want to be with you. You cannot be wicked to people or wicked to children and treat them like pieces of nothing and they came from you and think that they're gonna wanna be around you. Eventually it's gonna fester. I don't understand why people think that, like, especially with, man, I don't even want to talk about Shirley because, listen, then they're going to be like how you hating on and, people don't be understanding. It's not about mother wounds so much. It's just the fact that the audacity. Like, I remember one time, I don't know if I said in one of my videos, when my sperm donor had the nerve to ask me to teach his wife about the computer if I could help, and she got grandchildren. Would I look like a slave? Then she always wanted me to do her hair and all. Like, girl, you got money to go to the beauty supply, and if I didn't do it right, they would talk shit about me. I remember I had did a cousin hair, and I know sometimes, you do a hairstyle and it come out so freaking fly, and then you might do it again and it's not the same result because you're not a professional. You're just like a kitchen beautician. And I had that cousin. She was talking mad stuff, and she gave me $30. But the Africans don't charge $30. So I used to have those family members that would come to use me just to give me a little chump change. I had a friend. She had me sit down, do her hair. Her husband was like, "Oh, why she do your hair like that? You look like something, something." And it took me hours, and she took it out the same day. People waste your time, bro. That's why I don't have no desire to be in a relationship with no man. I used to be thoughtful. I would know your favorite food, your favorite color, my relationship with a guy, and I'm just, so. And if I tell you I feel euphoria, that's like a high praise. That means that you make me happy. Niggas would be like, "Oh, you acting," giving their moms gifts and stuff. I was really dumb. I was dumb for other races, thinking that they would accept my black ass, and then they end up disrespecting me, laughing at me in my face, or talking to me, and I would end up walking in the room, and I would hear them. I remember working with this Dominican girl and a black girl, and she used to think I was stealing because I was hiding in the back. I really wasn't comfortable about that job, but I liked it because the perks, I would get to buy shoes and pretty items and stuff. I really loved that job, but I had got sick with my womanlyhood, and I had to end up quitting the job. And I had an exit interview, and the lady was like, "A lot of people don't get exit interviews. You're lucky that you're getting an exit interview because we want to know why you're leaving." And I had a black woman there too that was nasty to me, and she was like, I guess I was her competition, and she would always tell me that I need to leave and this is not a good job for me and all this stuff, discouraging me. And I hugged that lady because I knew she was my enemy, but I hugged her because I had genuine love for you. Because I thought I was learning from her, and I looked up to her because she was so good with customer service and people. And people would know her by her first name, and they would always come back, and I admired that about her. But she talked shit about me. Her daughter didn't like me at first. And, I took a lot of blows. I don't belong here. Sometimes I don't belong. I don't belong here. I have never found anybody that was like close. Because I can't say that people are going to be like me because nobody can love like how you love, or nobody has the same heart, because that's why we're individuals. And that's why I always talk about people to be original and be yourself. I never met anybody close to the kindness that I have for other people. All they do is recognize when afterwards I get mean because I was tired of the treatment that they did for me. And then people would be like, "Why she left? Why she disappeared? Why I never heard from her again?" Go figure. But I'd rather be by myself. I love it because I be in my own childlike world and I create characters that I think is beautiful or that would make somebody feel the same feelings I feel. You know, if I would be a cartoonist if I could draw, if I was a good artist. Cause I like that movie I just saw that Michael B. Jordan made with his niece and nephew. I think he made it for his niece and nephew. What it was called? Swapped or something like that, I think. But it was such a beautiful story. I cried. I cried at the end with the beautiful trees. Um, I like people like that. Um, and he's an Aquarian as well. So I guess that's if anybody want to know. I'm an Aquarius, and we're not liked. And I see also too, like with that young lady, Megan, um, you know, she's strong, and I know why we get our strength from. Cause we I don't want to speak for them, but I noticed certain things about us. And I don't really follow zodiac like that, but I noticed certain characteristics that are similar. Um, we like unity. We like family. We will do anything to be close to our families. Um, and I guess some people would be like, they're difficult because then once we get hurt or we feel that something was wrong, it takes us a long time to get back to that place where we feel that we can trust again. And so I don't trust anybody. I don't want to trust anybody because every time I trust, and you know what's the sad part about this land person? He had a check that came in the mail, and I went to the post office and got a special envelope and I mailed it to him. And his character came out because he was like, "Money? Oh wow, yeah, send me that check. Oh, somebody send me a check? Wow." And then also I have the email when we first moved. He said, "Let's make money." And I didn't understand what he meant by that. And I didn't get no money for moving here. But I realized that people have their own agenda and they have their scams and stuff like that. But um, it's an hour and 7 minutes. Sorry. So I just feel deeply. I'm not a crybaby. Sometimes I think I'm a crybaby, but I just feel deeply. I'm very passionate, and I guess I got soft because I used to be able to. I was a powerhouse at ignoring stuff and or persuading or being manipulative at the time, using older men because I know they just wanted my young body. They just gave me stuff because they wanted to sleep with me. And I would use that to my advantage because I was like, I know he gonna give me Reeboks. That's when it was in style. Remember them high top Reeboks? And it was like LA Gears with the shoelaces. And then I remember door knockers and stuff like that, and your nameplate chain and getting grills and all that. And I know they was just using me, and I would like let them take me downtown, and I would go to Dr. J's, and I would go get me some outfits or whatever, and then I would play them and put like, not to. Well, anyway, I'm not dating nobody. I wouldn't do that anyway, and I'm not. That's when I was younger, but I would put like soy sauce and ketchup on a maxi pad and put paper towel over it so I could put it on my underwear. And then if they be like, yo, like what's up, and I'll be like, I got my period. I got my period, so I don't want to be with you. Or I can't sleep with you, and that would get me out of it or whatever. But they already bought what I got, so I would take what I got. But I remember my mom like saying, stop playing games like that because you're gonna get a guy that's gonna, don't do that. And excuse me, I would. But anyway, let me go ahead and rest. But I had to make that video because I know they watching, and I know they always want to see when I'm if I'm quiet or whatever. But yeah, I called you an orange muppet. You only care about money, capital and gain. You only cared about them checks coming to you. You don't really care about nothing, sir. And it's plain to see. And let's see if the man do show up. Because every time he's sending a worker, and the worker never show up. But oh, how he's sending somebody and we never answer the door. Mind you, I'm almost 100% always here. Because if my daughters are working or whatever, and I'm watching my grandsons or have you, I'm here. I have no desire really for the outside world. But if I did have anything that was lucrative, damn sure I'm going outside to collect my coins. But anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Um, thank you for subscribing. And you could mute the video, you could speed it up through. I still get a view. But I'm gonna remove negative comments, and then I'll just give you your 15 seconds of fame. Cause since you want to be highlighted as a bully or a negative commentator, I'll give you your props and I'll put your name on my video. And I don't want to do a screenshot of your page, but I'll subscribe to your page so you know that I seen what you're doing. Whatever. Not trying to do no scare tactics or whatever. I just pray. But I know that you're coming to the wrong person because, if you don't get it today, you don't get it tomorrow, you will get it in the future because you're messing with somebody that really has high vibrations. I do not. I keep all my sacred energy. I might lose my mind sometimes when it comes to disrespect and you see me scream and I might get ashy on the lips or you like I come on here without my eyebrows. I don't really care because this is me. This is me without the dollying up. So if you're coming like you like to see me dollied up, or I'm sorry to disappoint, because I like being natural and I'm trying to get back to my locks. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase these growth oils and stuff so I can get it back. Cause I like wearing these kind of braids too because it's kind of close to the royal hair. So I'm just gonna keep trying to keep my royal crown because I used to take advantage of that, and I didn't care about my dark skin. I used to try to bleach, and that's how I got two-tone because it ended up like was a chemical reaction. I even had a man tell me, you two-tone. Like, it was always somebody pointing out my flaws. I already know. I know what I look like. I look in the mirror every day. I get up, I see this person. I love this person. I got stretch marks. I got a frumpa. I might make a joke and be like, oh, look my kangaroo pouch. Or I make a joke like, look my fanny pack. Y'all need some change. I've always been comical about myself because I love myself. You don't got to deal with it. You don't got to be with it. But when every time a man or a woman looks at my looks at my abdomen or my middle section, I know they're trying to make me feel less than because they could feel my power. I remember this one white woman I used to work with. She was like, I seen you wearing that shirt a lot under my clothes, and I'm like, girl, why you clocking my tee? It's a clean shirt, but I like to wear the shirt because it was my grandson's first birthday, and I was wearing the shirt. I was so proud of my grandson having a grandson. And she's like, oh, I seen you with that shirt. And I'm like, and you're dirty. I be wanting to say stuff to people the way they come at me. But I was like, I just looked at her and I was like, let me tell you, I don't know how I accumulate enemies from just being myself and being jovial, and I always spoke my mind, but sometimes I'll hold back, and I think that's where I got to the point where I lost myself because I'll always block my throat chakra to care for other people's feelings or trying not to, get riled up or, try to keep a calm energy, and then I would come dump it on my daughter, and I know my oldest is like, oh my God, Mom, and sometimes I'll be like, damn, I wish I had a best friend, and I don't care for no best friend because I had a lot of people that be like bestie and they fucking fake. Excuse my language today, guys. Yeah, I ain't no Christian, so I ain't gotta follow no rules. I'm spiritual, and God knows my heart. So even if I come with a cuss word, excuse me, He knows. He, she knows, whoever, that I'm not a bad person. So it doesn't matter, but my speech is about my actions. Okay. Peace, love, and light in abundance to the family. I'm thankful, and I always have gratitude. So enjoy the rest of your day. It's 4:30 now here in Nevada. It's 105 degrees Fahrenheit. It's sunny. It's hot, and the pipes are cooking, and my toilets are backed up. And now it's gonna smell like doodle stew in a few moments here. My God, my life is grand. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell on negative things, because now I'm gonna go make me a nice soup with some corn, potatoes, some leeks, red onion, and some yellow squash. And I got this pumpkin soup. I love Grace. Grace is like a Caribbean excuse me, company that makes like soup powders. So if you don't have the like right ingredients, it will just set off your soup, and it's like beautiful. So I'm not doing no advertisement, but I'm just saying it's nice. Um, anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish that, and then I'm gonna try to lay down, even though I'm a busybody, like my grandson back and forth in the camera. The guest star Sage. No, I didn't call you, baby. I just said you're my guest star. Yeah, you're my co-star. Okay. He's so smart. He's gonna be 5 soon. I love my grandsons. My other grandson, he's not here today. He's with his mom. They went to visit their best friend. So she left me for a little bit, because I guess she didn't like the fact that I was telling her what to do with my grandson. You know, she already moved out for a year, so she's on her independence. So she's probably not feeling me telling her what to do, so she ran away for a little while. So that's fine. That's okay. I still love you, daughters. I love my daughters and my grandsons. Sage, stop coming back and forth in the camera, baby. Have a seat. Thank you. Alright, so see you guys later. You can leave. Go on. Okay. Go back to watch your channel, your shows. Say bye.
Bye bye.
Alright, see you later, Sage. I'm about to end the video. Alright, guys. Yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope everybody's doing well. I really do. I always send out good things. I don't know if anything is received, or if there's any good vibrations on any of my videos. If it really do help anybody, I really, that's my intention. And don't get it wrong with that AI, the lady in the blue dress that you see, the ladies that's like putting their hands up. It's just, when I did the prompt, I'm not trying to say that I'm a messiah. It's like focus intent and sending good vibrations so people can feel it. That's what the main cause. But I don't want it to look like I'm trying to have a God complex, or I'm trying to act like I'm a prophet or a messiah. Please don't misunderstand or miscomprehend that video. This was not. It just came out like that. And you know, if you do AI videos, they're not always accurate, right? So please don't miss me with the foolishness. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna say again, peace, love, and light to the family, abundance to all in this time of need, and hopefully we get more to know what's really happening, because you know it's always something, right? So I wish everybody the best. give an update. I just hope that I get out of here soon. This has been stagnant. It's dark in here. I hear noises every day. There's things living on top of the roof. Um, when it rains, the water comes through the vent that would prevent smoke. You know, like the engine, like you turn it on, it kind of takes the smoke, clears the smoke. Um, it leaks on the stove, so if it's raining, I can't cook because it's right there, and there's nowhere for me to move the stove. I have to pull it out. If I pull it out, the cord is short, so it's like one of them 1960s appliance stuff. It still works, but yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. And before I came, everything was supposed to be new. I was supposed to have like new walls. I don't know new walls, but painting. Nothing was. I moved into a shell of a home, of a house. It looks like a house outside. When you come inside, you could tell it's thin. If I'm yelling, the next door, everybody can hear me. That's how, yeah. It's very quiet because there's a lot of older people on this block. It's a lot of families on this block, working families, and the black ghetto bitch moving in with her black ghetto children. And then that lady made it worse because the police was coming all the time, and I mean they were banging, and they were like, "Did you call the cops?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And they would wake me up. It would be like 2 and 3 in the morning. Let me tell you, I've been disturbed a lot in my peace. I feel like I'm back in the projects somewhere in Brooklyn, bro. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let me go ahead and mind my business and go lay down and finish, go make my soup and stuff and eat and cleanse my body. I'm gonna put so much garlic and ginger in this soup. I hope that it starts. I mean, I have gotten to breaking down, but I really know that strain, it was the flu, definitely the flu. That my grandson was feeling a lot of pain. Oh my God, my poor grandson. Because I was crying and my throat was so sore, and I don't like to be sick. So, and I don't believe in no pharmaceuticals. I don't hear nobody like, oh, go get the flu shot or go to the doctor so they could go get me pills. And I remember my daughter's friend was like, she was like, why are you holding your eye? And I'm like, because it hurts. And she was like, why don't you go to the doctor? But I guess she thought I was doing something else. People always got stuff in their mind thinking you're doing something. Man, I don't deal with no witch, nothing, no sorcery. No, I don't have time for, how much energy it takes to do that shit. I don't got time for that. Collecting things and roots and listen, good for you if that's for you. That's not for me. So, I try to follow certain things, and after a while, I realize it just turned me off. So I just unfollow because I'm like, it's not fucking me. But I be trying to do it because I'm like, especially for mutilated black, mutilated women, women of color. It'd be hard for us, so we always have to do extra to get attention if we're trying to hustle for our family. So I get it, and I always try to follow and like people, but I don't get the same reciprocation, which is fine. That's not why I'm here. But anyway, let me go. I'll be having to take that because it's really strong ginger, so that's the only thing that soothes my throat, so I can continue to talk. But that's why I was gonna go, and then I saw I lost a subscriber because I guess they were like, "Oh, ain't nobody finna wait for you to get well," but you really wasn't coming for me. So, but anyway, thank you for everybody. You guys take care of yourself. Excuse me. Bye bye.